Portion control for CKD patients, a dietitian's guide. Let's explore the CKD diet plan, discuss how portion control can help manage it, and provide practical tips that you can use in your daily plan. We'll also cover dietary approaches specific to CKD patients so you can better serve your own nutritional needs, and you'll be able to find and provide high quality food and make lifestyle changes that will benefit your health in the long run. Are you tired of struggling with your health? If you're someone living with chronic kidney disease, I've got great news for you. Hello, I'm Mathea Ford, a registered dietitian nutritionist specializing in chronic kidney disease and owner of renaldiethq.com. I specialize in helping people just like you improve their health by making simple yet delicious changes to your meals. Together, we can transform your eating habits, boost your overall well-being, and ensure that you're enjoying every bite along the way. Say goodbye to bland and boring meals and say hello to a healthier, more vibrant life. Let's get started on this incredible journey together. Visit renaldiethq.com today and take the first step towards a healthier lifestyle. Let's take a second and do an overview of what is chronic kidney disease. Chronic kidney disease, or CKD, is a serious condition that affects millions of people in the U.S. Diet and portion control can play an important role in managing CKD and improving overall health outcomes. Controlling portions with a balanced diet tailored to meet individual needs may have many benefits, including reducing symptoms, improving your quality of life, and reducing the risk of complications associated with CKD. Management strategies for those living with CKD involve lifestyle modifications, such as following a specialized diet plan, engaging in physical activity, stopping smoking, and limiting alcohol consumption. Monitoring your progress regularly through regular checkups and lab tests is also important for detecting compromised kidney function or signs of progression of the disease. Now for the topic of the day, what is portion control? Understanding how much food to eat can be tricky, but learning about portion control can help individuals with chronic kidney disease make healthier decisions about their meals. Portion control is a strategy for managing the amount of food you eat in a single setting or over an extended period of time. This includes everything from grocery shopping and recognizing portion size myths to eating out and being mindful when eating. When it comes to portion control for CKD patients, choosing the right type of foods with balanced nutrition is paramount. It's important to select high quality proteins like lean beef or poultry, healthy fats like olive oil, complex carbs such as quinoa, and plenty of fresh fruits and vegetables. Here are the three components of portion control for CKD patients. Grocery shopping. When grocery shopping, it's important to buy items that fit into your overall dietary plan so you don't overeat later. Recognizing portion size myths. It's important to understand what constitutes a normal serving size, instead of simply assuming that the carton is of one serving or that a larger portion is better. And then eating out and mindful eating. When you're dining out, it's essential to pay attention to how much is eaten, avoiding distractions like watching TV, surfing the internet while eating, as this could lead to overeating without even realizing it. Mindful eating can also help keep portions in check over time. By following these strategies, CKD patients can become more mindful about their diet and make healthier decisions regarding food choices and portion sizes, which will ultimately improve their health outcomes in the long run. Nutrition plays an important role in managing CKD. Carbohydrates, proteins, and fats are the main types of nutrients you need to be aware of. Each provides calories and has its own set of benefits. You'll also need to monitor the intake of your minerals like phosphorus, potassium, and sodium, as well as your calorie intake. With CKD, it's important to understand the nutritional needs for a balanced diet that'll help you feel better and stay healthier. Carbohydrates are essential for keeping your energy and health in check, but too much can leave you feeling sluggish. They are an important macronutrient that provides the body with energy. Carbohydrates can be found in a variety of foods like grains, fruits, vegetables, milk products, and legumes. Eating a balanced diet that includes carbohydrates is essential for providing your body with energy. However, it's important to practice portion control when consuming carbohydrates to avoid overeating, which can lead to weight gain and other negative health effects. Protein is an important part of any healthy diet, helping to build and maintain your body. For those with CKD, the right protein sources and portion sizes are critical to maintaining good health. Protein is also needed to build enzymes as well as help build and maintain muscle mass in your body. And with careful food choices, you can get all the nutrients your body needs while managing the amount of protein that's best for your particular condition. Protein sources like chicken or turkey breast or fish, eggs, nuts, seeds, legumes, and beans. Eating habits, choosing fresh or frozen foods without added salt, looking for low sodium options in the meat products, limit processed foods, and choosing snacks that are high in nutrition, nutritionally dense, but low in sodium, and a 4 to 6 ounce serving of protein for stages 3 to 5. Remaining mindful of serving sizes when you're eating out. Remember that protein supplements should only be used under the supervision of a doctor or dietitian. By making smart food choices and paying attention to recommended portion sizes for CKD patients, you can ensure that you're getting all the nutrients your body needs while controlling how much protein you consume. Fat is an essential part of a balanced diet, providing energy and helping keep your body functioning smoothly. It's considered one of the 3 macronutrients along with proteins and carbohydrates. Fat provides 9 calories per gram, which is more than double that of protein or carbohydrates. So when it comes to portion control for you, fat should be consumed in moderation, as too much can lead to weight gain. But when it comes to finding healthy sources of fat, there are many options available. Things like nuts, seeds, fish, and vegetable oils like olive oil. It's important to note that although these are considered healthy fat sources, they still contain high amounts of calories and should be consumed in your smaller portion sizes. Additionally, some fats like trans fats found in processed foods should be avoided altogether due to their negative health effects. When it comes to portion control for CKD patients, including the right amount of fat in your diet can help you reach your desired weight loss goals while also keeping you healthy and energized. It's important as a CKD patient to be aware of the minerals in your diet. Sodium, potassium, and phosphorus are all minerals that can have significant impacts on your health and well-being. So let's talk about these for a minute. Sodium in your foods. Reducing sodium intake is essential for every individual with CKD, and it's important to know which foods are high in this mineral. Many common foods can be surprisingly high in sodium. Some of these include canned soups or vegetables, processed meats, prepared sauces and mixes, pizza, and cheese. To reduce your salt intake, pay attention to food labels when grocery shopping. Choose salt-free seasonings or reduced sodium alternatives whenever possible. Watch out for hidden sources of salt, such as breads or breakfast cereals. Be mindful of portion sizes by reading labels. By following these tips on reducing sodium intake, CKD patients can make a positive dietary change that will help you maintain your health. Potassium is essential for maintaining good health, but some kidney patients may be advised to limit their dietary intake of potassium, as their kidneys may have trouble clearing the potassium from the body, so it's important to know which foods are rich in this mineral. High potassium fruits and vegetables include bananas, oranges, potatoes, avocados, tomatoes, and spinach. However, other fruits and vegetables also may contain amounts of potassium, so it's important to read labels carefully before purchasing any food to ensure that this content is within acceptable range according to the guidelines and the potassium levels. Phosphorus is an essential mineral found in many plant and animal-based food sources that does help you maintain strong bones, creates energy for cells to use, and aids in muscle contraction. However, when you have CKD, your body may have trouble getting rid of excess phosphorus, which means you may need to limit. Some of the phosphorus-rich foods to try to avoid include milk and dairy foods, beef and chicken liver, organ meats, sometimes chocolate, and processed foods. Dietitians can also provide advice on alternative sources of phosphorus, like vegetables, fruits, or whole grains that are lower in their levels of phosphorus. Calculating the number of calories you need to eat with CKD can help you stay healthy and maintain a healthy eating pattern. Food tracking using a food journal and understanding food labels are important components when it comes to calorie management. The amount of calories an individual needs will depend on their weight, gender, lifestyle habits, and activity level. However, general guidelines suggest that adults should consume 25 to 35 calories per kilogram per day. So remember, if you're in the US and you do pounds, a kilogram equals 2.2 pounds. So you would divide your weight by 2.2 to get the number of kilograms, and then apply this 25 to 35 kilocalories per day. It's also important to monitor daily hydration needs, as dehydration can further complicate CKD. Portion control, what we're talking about today, is an important tool for managing CKD. It helps to regulate the amount of food you eat and helps you stay on track with your dietary goals. Let's talk about what portion control is and how it works. When you overeat with CKD, it can have serious consequences. It can lead to weight gain, high blood pressure, and that also increases kidney damage. It's important for CKD patients to be mindful of their food choices to avoid overeating. Eating too much fat and salt can lead to hypertension, while eating more calories than the recommended can lead to weight gain. And that's why it's important to talk about practicing portion control to avoid those negative health effects. Protein is an essential macronutrient for CKD patients, and it's one we talk about the most. It's important to ensure the right portions are consumed. Knowing what a protein portion looks like can be tricky, but understanding your dietary needs and having snack tips will help you make good decisions about food swaps and meal timing. Protein sources are things like poultry, fish, eggs, egg whites, tofu, beans, nuts, seeds, and low-fat dairy products, which can be incorporated into your kidney-friendly diet with moderation to meet your individual nutrition goals. Eating the right amount of protein can help improve kidney function without overburdening your body. So protein for stages 3 through 5 is typically 0.6 to 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, and you can apply the previously mentioned conversion for how many kilograms you are. And that's how you can kind of calculate the total grams of protein that you need for the day. For diabetics, understanding the right portion size is key to managing your blood sugar levels and your health. When selecting carbohydrates, it's important to choose nutrient-dense sources like whole grains, legumes, fresh fruits, and vegetables, and ensure that you're staying within your recommended portion sizes for your diabetes and your CKD. It's important to read the ingredient labels carefully and be aware of what their portion sizes are. And then you can use that amount to find the right amount that you can have at your meal. Managing your fat consumption is essential to maintaining a balanced diet and healthy lifestyle. When you're living with CKD, it's especially important to pay attention to the types of fat you're consuming and the portion sizes, since you have a higher risk for heart disease. Eating habits that include too much saturated or trans fats can increase health risks. So it's better to choose unsaturated fats like olive oil, fish, and nuts instead. It's a good idea to plan your meals out for the week ahead of time. When you plan your meals out, that helps you stay on track for eating healthier portions of all your ingredients. And when selecting foods, make sure you read the nutrition label in order to keep track of the serving size and total fat. Be mindful when cooking at home, using smaller pans or containers when prepping food so that portions remain under control. Balancing your food intake with moderation is the key to successful portion control. To ensure balance and moderation in your diet, eating a variety of foods from all the major food groups helps each day. By choosing nutrient-dense whole grains like oats, quinoa, barley, and brown rice, you can improve the amount of fiber that you're eating, limiting your saturated fat intake by opting for lean proteins like fish, poultry, and beans instead of red meats, selecting fruits and vegetables in a variety of colors to incorporate vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that promote good health. Portion sizes are just as important as knowing which types of foods to choose. Reading nutrition labels will help you determine how many servings are recommended for an individual meal or snack so you can practice eating the appropriate portions. Additionally, creating healthy habits like regularly eating each meal, like breakfast, every morning helps maintain balance throughout the day so cravings don't take over later on. With careful planning and mindful portion control, you can enjoy delicious meals while staying within your nutritional needs. Managing your portion sizes at home, controlling them when eating out, and using visual cues to estimate servings all can help you stick to a healthy diet. You can start by weighing and measuring foods for a period of time at home, so you'll know exactly how large a portion should be. And when dining out, ordering single servings or asking the server to divide your meal in half before it's served. And you can use some visual cues to estimate approximate portion sizes. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Serving sizes have a tendency to be larger than what's recommended for CKD patients, so it's important to practice self-control. But one practical tip is to use a smaller plate at meal times. That helps you ensure you don't overfill your plate, and it doesn't make you feel like you're missing food. You can track your portions on paper or using an app, and that will help you create more of an awareness of how much food you're eating and listening to your hunger cues as well. If you're not feeling you're hungry, don't force yourself to eat a large meal just because there's food available. There's some strategies and tips that can help you enjoy eating out while managing your health. The first step is to identify healthy restaurant options, looking for restaurants that offer nutritious meals like grilled chicken or fish with vegetables instead of so many fried foods. You can also ask the waiter about healthier alternatives that may not be listed on the menu, or ordering takeout. You can have more control over what you eat. You can request modifications like omitting sauces or adding extra vegetables. It's important to practice mindful eating by avoiding distractions like playing on your phone or watching the TV, maybe cause you to eat a little more than you normally would have if you were paying attention to your hunger cue. And try splitting your meal with someone else or opting for a smaller portion size, like a tapas style dish instead of full entrees if possible. Those should be great tips to help you when you're dining out, to help you managing your portions. You can use some visual cues to estimate serving sizes when eating out, making it easier to manage your health goals. For CKD patients in particular, this is an important tool for staying on track with your kidney health. Knowing the size of a proper portion can be helpful in reducing your appetite and avoiding overeating. So I want you to know that you should be aware that a protein serving should generally be about the size of your palm and maybe 1/2 inch to a 3/4 inch thick. That's the portion size of protein. A serving of carbohydrate is about the size of your fist. And for fats, it's the equivalent of the size of your thumb, this top little section of your thumb before the knuckle. That is equivalent to 1 tablespoon. And when dining out, comparing the menu items you're considering to these sizes can give you an idea of how much food is being served. When grocery shopping, you can look at food labels and compare them to the standard serving sizes listed on the label. There are simple tips for controlling portions. Cut your meal in half, fill half your plate with vegetables, eat slowly, and wait 20 minutes before deciding if more food is needed. Always leaving something on your plate, finding dishes with fewer calories per serving, having smaller snacks throughout the day instead of one large meal. All of these are great tips. You can incorporate small changes into your existing lifestyle that'll help you get used to portion control. Something I've already mentioned a couple times is using smaller plates to reduce the amount of food you eat at one sitting. Trying visual cues such as measuring cups or kitchen scale to actually weigh your food and know how much is actually on your plate. And being sure to track what and how much you're eating with an online nutrition tracker or journal. That a lot of them, you can scan the code, you can search for items and it'll pull up the nutritional information and you could indicate how much you're eating. Measuring your servings are a great way to start when you're using portion control. Using measuring cups or spoons is the best way to determine how much of each food group you should eat at each meal. Tracking your food intake is important for staying accountable and ensuring that your portions are appropriate for your health goals. Managing healthy swaps when possible can also help with portion control. So for example, if you're not worried about potassium and phosphorus, choosing whole wheat options of bread instead of white bread, instead of potato chips, opt for air-popped unsalted popcorn, replacing sodas with tea or water to reduce the calories. And when you're shopping, just make sure that unhealthy items don't find their way into your cart and your house in the first place. Mindful eating is key when using portion control techniques, but taking time to savor each bite and enjoying the flavors while still maintaining healthy portions. Another tip is to order for pickup, where you're not even going through the store, just looking for a bunch of different things. So you save money and you save time to help you to only get what you planned on eating. Managing CKD through diet and portion control doesn't have to be a challenge. With the help of your dietitian, you can also create a meal plan that meets your dietary needs while still allowing you to enjoy food. I sell meal plans on my website, renaldiethq.com, if you're interested. Portion control is an important factor for managing CKD. Therefore, it's important to become familiar with proper portion sizes of commonly eating foods and how to make them a habit. With the right approach and support from your healthcare team, you can successfully manage your CKD through nutrition and lifestyle changes.